welcome to episode 5, Two Dum Yinzers, where we finally discuss nudism. Thankfully, we have a nudist here to answer all of our questions and to dispel any misconceptions we and you may have about nudism. Come join us with our discussion with Ebony, now on Two Dum Yinzers.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
You remember being in school and having gym class, and when you were done, there was always that one dude that would get in the shower.
Yes.
Now, because I'm just saying, high school, junior high, people don't generally jump in the shower, because there's a lot of insecurities and things like that. So today we have a friend, and her name is Ebony, and she is actually a member at a nudist camp. And we're going to talk to her a little bit and ask her and kind of get some things straightened out, because when people think of, anything that has to do with nudity, your mind goes other ways. And I don't think people generally understand.
Yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions about what actually goes on.
From what I'm understanding, it seems like the people that are in these nudist camps, that they're extremely mature. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's a maturity with these people. And, in a certain, at first I was going to say a confidence, but you know what? So it seems like, when we were talking to her before the show, when people go in, they're not always super confident with themselves, and, they don't run in there and just take their clothes off and say, there's a build up to it.
Mm-hmm.
But also it seems like there's a level of maturity that these people have, because 99% of people in my life, it would be a different story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we're going to talk to Ebony today. How you doing today, Ebony?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
No, yeah, thank you for being here. This is really awesome. We like I told you before, we talked about this subject prior to starting the show, and I said it would be really cool to to cover the nudists. And we started doing a few other things, and we put it on the shelf. And when we put that on the shelf, I had seen you, and you and a couple of friends and I were talking, and you just in conversation said that I can't wait to go to the camp, and I'm picking up on this, not really knowing everybody, I'm just kind of taking everything in. And you had said in the next sentence about being a nudist.
I love it.
And Ebony, I ran home. I ran home, and I told Mike and Allie, and I said, "You are not going to freaking believe this. These people that I was just talking to, the ones in nudist, and these guys were all super awesome." And I knew, one of the fellows that was there, and I thought there's a good chance we might be able to talk to her.
I'm always open to talk about it, because it was life-changing. So
when did you first realize that you wanted to do this, Ebony?
I don't think I ever thought I wanted to do it.
Right.
But it happened to me at a perfect time in my life that I was trying to figure out who I was. And so I was ready to take a chance on anything. I can remember going there the first time and then coming home, not sure if I was going to go back. And I sat down and had a conversation with my mother. And my mother's response after telling her all about it and the people that I had met the one time I had gone, my mom said, "Well, if I was your age, I'd probably try it at least once." And I went, "Really?" Yeah. She was like, "Yeah." I go, "Okay." I go, "But you have to remember, if I'm going to do it, I'm not really one to do anything quietly."
Mm-hmm.
So, if I'm going to do it and like it, we're checking it on Facebook. We're taking picture. I'm all in. And she said, "Okay." And, I don't think they were ecstatic when I fell in love with it. Yeah. And now I'm all the time, and I'm not at home. And, but they supported me. And probably after 2.5 years, I was having a conversation with my daughter, and my daughter, who had never supported it either, said, I still don't get it, Mom." She went, "But I like the person you're becoming."
That's really cool. I mean, you just, people would think to themselves when they say, "Well, guess what? Uncle Ray and Aunt Jane, they're swingers." And there's people get weird about it. You wonder what what it is about the nudist that has the taboo, because of the reputation of almost putting it in with the swingers and people that just do different lifestyles like that.
It's funny because we don't. The places that I have been, lifestyle is the term.
Lifestyle, yes.
That's exactly what they call it, lifestyle. What I've also learned in these 10 years of taking my clothes off is what you do behind closed doors shouldn't define you.
Right.
Because unless I'm telling you what I'm doing behind closed doors, how do you know?
Exactly.
Yep.
Gay, straight, indifferent. If I'm not trying to get in bed with you, why do you care?
Absolutely.
What does that have to do with the fact that I'm wonderful with special needs kids? The fact that I like talking to people, so I can't if I can separate the being nude from the sex, you can separate the sex from everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if more people could think like that.
Yeah.
No, I guess that's an area that people would ask. The sex is just pretty much non-existent in the nudist camps. Correct?
It's not that it's non-existent. I mean, there are married couples. I have friends who, got married and have conceived kids and raised their children as nudists. And what happens is kids born into families that are nudists, that they usually are around us till they're probably like 13, 14 when they come to that awkward age.
Yeah.
And then they just don't want to come to camp anymore. And families respect that.
Right.
And then 19, 20, they miss it.
Yeah.
And they come back.
And they come back.
They come back and they bring friends. But, those are people that they're raised in it, so they're very knowledgeable. I am open to doing any kind of interviews when it comes to White Thorn and my journey into being a nudist, because I do know what I'm talking about. I'm walking that life. I don't answer electrician questions and think that I'm knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people just assume naked, sex, swingers,
You're right.
orgies, all of this stuff. They're your assumptions. You don't know any nudists.
Yeah, because growing up, when you hear a nudist colony, nudist resort, that's all you're thinking of.
That's exactly right.
What's that big one's called, hedonism at that big resort that they have?
But
people think they're all like that.
Resorts. Yeah. I have played many a tournament at lifestyle resorts. If you didn't tell me it was a lifestyle resort, I wouldn't know. It's not. They're not in your face doing anything like that. Now, don't get me wrong. You might get approached at a dance, but I'm not a lifestyler. I'll say no. You can still buy me a drink. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'll say no. We can still dance the night away. It doesn't, and they don't take it offensive.
Yeah.
That's their lifestyle and choice. I'm not knocking it. I'm just not into it. But we can still be friends and have fun. It's different.
When you go places, you do things that you're involved in. Let me backtrack a little bit. Friday, you said that you did something really exciting.
Skydiving.
You went skydiving.
Tandem skydiving.
She went skydiving shirtless?
Sure. I wore pasties out of respect for my mom because I knew she'd want to. She supports me. So if I don't wear the pasties and she really isn't too apt to show her friends, whereas I put the pasties on, she's showing everybody.
You're right.
When I did the BuzzFeed videos, as soon as they dropped and I bumped them to my page, my mom instantly called me and was like, "Can I bump them to my page?"
Oh.
She's
that's awesome.
One of my biggest supporters. So
Let me ask you, what would you say one of the weirdest experiences you had in the 10 years that you were at your camp? I mean, we're people. You're out. Things happen. I'm at Foodland and weird things happen. What was the weirdest thing that just happened? And everyone kind of went home talking that night,
Me wrecking on my scooter.
Had to be with you.
Yeah. Me wrecking naked on my scooter.
Life of the party.
Sometimes. I try. I've learned that I like to talk about, not be talked about in the morning, but sometimes.
How did you get hurt or?
Yeah, I got jacked up.
Did you really?
I scuffed up my hands a bit. I obviously caught myself because I didn't hit my face. Thank goodness, but I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson. I don't know the skydiving because I wasn't completely nude. But to be able to have an opportunity to do that. Like when I told my mom I wanted to do it topless, she went, I just don't understand why. I go, because anybody can jump out of a plane.
Right.
Anybody can go jump out of a plane. So when someone says I jumped out of a plane, I go, so did I. Did you do it topless?
Right.
Because if you didn't, I got one up on you.
Exactly.
Then you win.
I got one up on you. I win.
So what?
I win. And it's a different experience. The whole top of your body feeling every ounce of wind in this free fall wind tunnel and then the float, like, it was amazing.
How long does it take to get to the ground once you?
I don't know,
jump?
like 6 minutes maybe.
See, I would be throwing up for 6 minutes.
Like 6
My heart,
minutes.
my heart would be
Yeah.
beating so fast.
It actually, I'm telling you, I thought I'd be terrified. As soon as you get out there, you know, you have these goggles on, so your face is in a wind tunnel, but your eyes are not. So I didn't close my eyes, and the minute you get out, you're above all these clouds. Like, it's the best scene you've seen looking out a plane window, but you're out there.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's unreal. I've taken amazing pictures from a plane window. Now I have pictures of me in there.
Yeah, in that view.
You know what's really crazy too is you see these people when they're jumping out of these planes and they're skydiving. The person with the camera is, you know, pretty close to where you guys are when you're falling, and it always looks like you're not falling fast, but you're zipping toward the earth.
You are, and funny enough, when you see it in movies and it's like a drop, it doesn't feel anything like that. That fast free fall, I felt like we were up there forever.
It looked like you were up there forever.
It felt like it.
Yeah.
It's not like a scary, terrified, and I don't know if that's because you know you're not going to splat. I know this guy behind me's got 7,000 jumps.
Yeah.
You know, he does it for a living, so.
Well, I was watching a video of it, and you jumped out, and, you know, you were falling and falling and falling, and you were still above the clouds. You know?
Still above the clouds.
Yeah.
And then once he pulls the parachute, he reached up and put my goggles down here, because you don't even need the goggles after that. You're just.
No, because you're just falling at this lower speed.
Yeah.
All right,
I was crying. It was the most breathtaking thing I have ever experienced in my life.
The view had to have been
overwhelming. I cried in the air. When we landed, I couldn't stop crying. You know, crying because it was overwhelming. Yeah. Crying because this is what my nude life has brought to my life. If I wouldn't have taken a chance and kept taking my clothes off and kept going, I don't know who I'd be now, but I wouldn't be this chick jumping out of planes and traveling all over the U.S. playing ball. And
that's awesome.
Literally at 50 years old, living my best life.
Right.
Yeah. So
you were happy. That's all that matters.
I am, and I'm a big crybaby. So don't worry about. I am always taught.
That's that inside joy. It's your joy.
That's showing. That's what the nude life has done for me. Like I would recommend everybody taking a chance and trying it, because being around all these people of different shapes and sizes, and everybody is focused on positive body image. It's unreal, regardless of anyone's size, to be around people that are just happy from within. Yep. And before them, I didn't know what that was like. And now I am probably, single and 50 ain't always what it's cracked up to be, but I'm still the happiest I have ever been in my entire life. Right now, living this life.
And, you always want to be happy. So, when you get there, you might as well enjoy it.
Right, you got to stay there. You don't know how long we're going to be here.
You're right. You're right. Day to day, we don't know.
Let me ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Like the body positive image. Like, did that take a while for you to feel like everyone accepted just how everyone else looked, or did you feel like, are these people watching me are they judging me how I look, or did you automatically feel it right away that they just don't care?
No, I recognized that right off the bat that they didn't care. The problem was I realized I wasn't comfortable with me. And so what happened was, although I kept going every weekend, during the week, I had to force myself to walk around my apartment naked and pass the mirror all the time. And literally would have days where I would just cry because you got to find a way to love every ounce of you. Whether I put 20 pounds on or I lose 50, it doesn't matter if you're not happy with who you are from the inside. And being around them, what I realized was they saw something in me that they fell in love with. And I still, to this day, 10 years later, I struggle with that because God in the universe has brought so many amazing people into my life since I became a nudist. I just don't know anything else now. I can't imagine that I would have been happy had my life gone any other way.
That's great. I mean, how many people can say that?
Oh, yeah. That's how absolutely.
Yeah. And it's tough, I still have days where I don't like my body. Everybody does. But there's never, that's just not something we're paying attention to out there. I could say I'm having a bad day and I need to lose some weight, and a million people are going to go, where?
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Like they just want to do they're going to focus on whatever it takes for me to be happy. If that means I got to switch my eating because I feel like I'm overweight, everybody is on my team. They're all going to do whatever it takes to, it's an amazing support system and family that I never thought I had. I have members that I look at like grandparents that I've, members that I have that I consider brothers and sisters, members I consider uncles. It's unreal.
Well, that's what you were saying, like, before we started recording. It's like the closest people that you have ever been to. Like, that bond is just tighter than anything.
People you've known.
Yeah. I am literally eternally grateful all the time. I constantly am telling my friends how grateful I am because I don't feel financially I can never do for them what they do for me.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't care.
You give it back in a different way, obviously.
And that's what I try to constantly do because I want everyone to feel how they make me feel. They make me feel loved. They make me feel special. They make me feel intelligent. They make me feel everything. The hardest part about it now is it's so much of my life that either I'm going to have to find a nudist to date or I have to find somebody that wants to accept this. It's not, and it's not like I'm asking you to accept that I got a 31-year-old kid. You don't have to take it on, but you have to be okay that this is, I run around naked all the time.
Right.
Yeah, because I was going to ask that. Like, how does that work?
It don't.
Yeah.
I've dated some guys.
Within the or just I tried to bring in or have introduced it to.
No, I haven't taken anybody to camp. Only because one of the big problems that I'm literally struggling with in myself is I love camp. That is my sanctuary. I have found something.
Your piece, yeah.
If I take people, then I got to worry about you having a good time.
Exactly.
So you kind of like separate camp life?
I have tried to for the last 10 years. My problem now is I'm trying to bring my mother has come twice. She came during COVID because we were closed to the public, and so only members could be there. And I got her to come spend the day with me. And she stayed several hours. At the end of the day, she hugged me in the parking lot. And she started crying and she said, I now get it. She said, all these years, she said, I knew that you were telling me the truth. She said, but you're all running around naked. She said, so no matter what you told me, my mind was still running, thinking all these other things that you're doing. Now, are you going to camp? is there anything going on at camp? I'm like, do you want to go to camp? You don't need me to go to camp. Go to camp.
So okay, so where I'm going with this is basically, you're there, there's cool things you're doing. You're meeting these great people. You play volleyball. You're jumping out of planes. Like when let me ask, when you're there, say you're there for 8 hours.
Okay.
What do you do for 8 hours?
A basic day.
Yeah, what's your basic day?
We get up and a group of us, we have breakfast every morning. We cook cook bacon on the grill naked. Yes, we have it mastered. We cook bacon on the grill, eggs on the grill. We got a toaster outside. We have a big breakfast party. Sometimes if it's the weekend, we have mimosas. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then once breakfast is over, everybody goes off and there's jobs to be done. There's 200 acres. There's always something.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
That needs to be done.
It's a co-op, right?
Yes. Yes, it's a co-op. So there's always, it's no different than your house. Every couple of years, a deck needs stained, or some pipes need fixed, or the grass needs cut, or it could be anything. We have Superbowl in 2 weeks. There's 15 volleyball courts that have to go up. So we have sand courts, but we have poles that have to, you got to go take the mule down or whatever big piece of equipment and get all of those beams and bring all those beams up. And then you need another 7 people to get them off the thing and get them into the ground. Like there's always something. Weed whacking. Somebody could weed whack every day, all day.
Who's the head figure? Is there somebody there that's like?
We have a board members.
Okay, yes.
And then we have, there are, I want to say several. We have president, vice president. We vote.
Right. And these people were all nudists. They're all within the. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And not everyone is fortunate like me to live 20 minutes away. I have, I have friends that come for days at a time because they drive 5 hours. So it's like they come and rain or shine, they're there. Whereas for me, it rains. I'm like, I'm going home to do some laundry. When the sun comes back out and the courts dry up, call me. I'll be back.
So would we know that you really love going to your camp. Do you do other things like nude beaches, or do you, have you?
I love any kind of nudecation.
Yeah.
At this point in my life.
Right.
If I don't, here's the thing: when you're going anywhere that's nude, you don't have to take as much stuff.
Absolutely.
If you go to let me explain this: if you go somewhere on a nude vacation, most we don't have a dining hall, but we do have a snack bar that runs breakfast and lunch, and then you cook on the grill for dinner or whatever. But we don't have to get dressed.
Yeah.
Ever. Some nude resorts have full-on restaurants in the resort with paid staff and a paid chef. You still ain't got to get dressed. I need a towel.
I bet you the women still
we are
forever.
Some of the cleanest. No, because you know what else?
You're waiting on. You're waiting for the woman to get dressed and get ready.
We're already naked. Ain't nobody putting makeup on. It's 90 degrees and I'm going to play some ball. We're just out here sweating.
You don't care what below the neck looks like anymore. You don't care what above the neck looks
like
no
It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling to be around a bunch of women all the time and nobody is trying to outdo anyone. The men aren't trying to outdo anyone.
Right.
Because here's the thing, as a woman, I feel like it's not confidence that lets me be nude. It's I just want to be comfortable and happy, and I'm happy this way. But the one thing about nudists, regardless of shape or size, they don't care. They don't care. If we just go on the sexual aspect of it, you know how confident you got to be a dude and just walk around?
Yeah, sure.
If I was a guy, it'd be a head game for me because I know I'm looking at every wrinkle, everything. The minute something happens, I'm like, ooh, these don't fit right. This is not.
Right.
But at home, I change my clothes a dozen times. At the nudist camp, I get up and shower and go on about my day. Don't even think about it. We're probably the cleanest people, too. We have showers all over the place. We have full bathhouses and showers, but then, There's a shower by the volleyball courts over here. A lot of people have outside showers at their houses. How nice it is to go to the bathroom, go straight to the shower, keep on. Because I ain't got no clothes. I didn't have to take no clothes off. I didn't have to put no clothes on it. We shower all the time. Probably sometimes 4 or 5 times a day. Good. Get a shower, go to the pool. Rinse off the shower, rinse that off, go to the volleyball course.
Now,
get in the shower, go somewhere else.
Is there ever any people that just, kind of a little outside of, the way the people that you're hanging out with is, and they're not as clean, or there might be, someone that's a little less desirable in a sense that.
Well, I feel like that's whether we got clothes on or not.
Absolutely. I mean,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just in life.
Right.
My clean might not be your clean, might not be their clean.
Right. But everybody is pretty, they keep up with the etiquette for the most part. Nobody's, got anything really disgusting going on.
I mean, here's the thing. It's your body. If you're okay with it, if you want to be a hairy bear and you got a hairy back and that doesn't bother you, if you like it, I love it. I don't have to touch it. Yep. It's not, you know what I mean?
And you got to carry these towels around with you? Is that
we always have towels.
Always got towels.
We never sit our bare bottoms on anything.
Yeah, right.
On anything. So it's always a towel, a sarong. We love onesies when the weather goes. Volleyball players love onesies.
Okay.
Let me say that. Big selection of them. But yeah, and it's women in sarong. That's the other thing. Men wear sarongs. Men wear leggings.
Oh, wow.
If you ever get to put on a pair of LuLaRoos, you'll be mad that you don't belong to the new world because we wear them all the time, men and women. See, but in the textile world, y'all ain't wearing them leggings. People don't think it's cute.
Yeah.
We'll experiment. We'll have Mike try it out first.
I'll wear some leggings.
I'm telling you.
He likes leggings.
LuLaRoo, some soft leggings.
You can see juicy on my butt.
Yup.
No.
I'll do it.
I support that. I support that. You can run with my crew. That's the kind of stuff.
Now, you were saying, Ebony, before we came on, like the entertainment, say a band would come out there and play at your lodge. Mm-hmm. Now, they're not naked.
No.
And there was an issue. There was a legal matter.
I can't remember what it is, but it's a fine line of like a prostitute.
You're technically paying to see people perform
and I believe
naked.
that's they can't.
Yeah, I think that would
cannot. Now, once they're done, if they choose to stay, like we've had bands play, and after they got done, they wanted to stay and hang out and check out camp, and we've had bands stay and get naked and get in the pool and.
Yeah, right. Someone might say, this is really cool.
Because truly, once you're there, what I tell people is the more I was going, especially because I was playing volleyball, when the wind blows, volleyball players pause for wind.
Yeah.
They pause, everybody's spread eagle on the courts. When you got clothes on, you're not getting it. So I was sweating my brains out every weekend. It was so bad, but it was all summer of playing with clothes on.
Wow.
And sweating. And then I finally, one of my new friends, it was her birthday, and I had gone out for the birthday party. And I'd psych myself up. Today's the day. I'm getting naked. Today's the day. I'm getting naked. I parked my car away from their house, and I got out. I grabbed my towel, and I started to walk up to the house, and I probably got about 20 yards because they had a huge deck on their porch, on their house, and I got about 20 yards from the house, and somebody from the deck screamed, "Oh my God, Ebony's naked." And the entire deck applauded.
Nice.
The entire deck applauded,
Nice.
but because they had watched me struggle all summer and knew how, and after that day, I never turned back.
Yeah, right.
I never turned back after that.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back.
It was it. I was all in.
Wow.
I was all in, but they, like I said, they made me love me more than I thought I could. Now,
in every social group, no matter what it is, there's always, and just for lack of a better term, like the Brad Pitt. Is there like a dude, a woman that everyone in this place is like, yeah, they're pretty much the...
Yeah, like you gotta wonder, like, does the other natural human instincts go on in there based?
Yeah, just...
You're trying not to have any kind of sexual tension or anything
well,
like
here's
that.
The thing,
everybody knows that
people are hot. Like,
yeah,
sexy is sexy. And here's the thing, though. Sexy to you might not be sexy to me. You'd be the prettiest peach on the tree, but somebody ain't going to like peaches.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? There are times where I'm like, oh, God, look at him. He's beautiful.
Right.
But, you know, in the same breath, when you meet somebody nude, oh, my God, you're beautiful. After we have conversation, how much conversation you think we're going to have before I realize you might be an idiot?
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I already saw what you got to offer.
You're right.
Yep.
I love it.
I mean, you're meeting everybody like that.
Yeah.
That the whole...
Like, you're already meeting at, like, an equal level, at an equal playing
You
field.
go
You
out
can't
all night
hide
and buy
anything.
somebody drinks hoping to see them naked.
Yeah.
See, I saw you naked from the first jump. So do you want to talk?
Yeah.
Or do you want to keep moving? Because
It's like you have that deeper connection already just because all the bullshit's out of the way.
Yeah.
You're just talking person
you
to
have
person
just
at that point.
presented all of you to something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody is meeting you at your most vulnerable.
Right.
And it's like you said before when we were talking before we started recording, it doesn't matter. You can be making millions of dollars a year, and here I am. Doesn't matter. We're both sitting here naked talking to each other.
That's right.
There's no difference between us now.
Yeah, they are. It's amazing. I don't want to say nudists are a different breed. It is definitely, I don't know what you want to call it. It spills over. Whatever that energy is that they have inside them, it spills over. It makes you want to be around them. It makes you want to be. There's something I see in them that makes me always want to be a better person. And I never experienced that before.
Is it just that collective confidence of everyone going, we're in the nude? Because you have to have that confidence to be nude in front of a total stranger. So is it like a collective confidence that everyone rubs off on everyone?
It's a mindset.
I don't know if it's
more of a mindset.
It's confident. I am insecure as hell all the time. I'm my own worst enemy
But to
in
me,
my head. But
what you do, that to me shows, like me, I would find out you're new. It's like, oh my God, the confidence that you have to have that to do that. To me, it's not like some kind of like intimidating, like you have the courage to go do that. That's something I would never have the courage to do. But here you have that courage. Everyone else has that courage, and that has to kind of rub off on everyone. That's just how I see it.
It definitely rubs off. It's overwhelming. The first time. First off, if you guys would ever want to experience camp, you can come be my guest. I would show you around.
Yeah, no, if I was ever to do it, you would be the one I would
feel
call.
like if you did,
are so like you've given so much knowledge already that that would probably be the comfort zone.
I mean,
and that's the thing. It would make it that much more comfortable because I would already feel more comfortable now just knowing what I've learned from her today. So if you went with her, I think that it would be a person would be comfortable.
And everybody is always respectful. Everybody is respectful of boundaries. When my daughter came out, I had prepped everyone at camp all day. Look, she's coming. I know you're happy that my daughter is finally coming. Don't approach her with that happy like you do me. You have to let her walk up to you. You can't act like you want to hug her because we hug everybody. I said you can't. None of that. You'll overwhelm her and she's going to leave. It's going to be a bad experience. I don't want that. Yeah. Now, by the end of the night, she was hugging everybody.
You're right. Yeah.
She loved it, but it's everybody has to do it in their own time, and that's one thing with them. They never forced me. They never pushed me to. You have to do this. Now there are rules because it is a nudist camp. Mm-hmm. So to go inside the pool area, you have to be nude. You're not allowed to be in there at all. We have a big pool. You can lay all around it. To go in the sauna, got to be nude. To use any of that kind of stuff, but you don't have to be naked to play volleyball. You don't have to be nude to play bocce. You don't have to be nude to play cornhole.
Can you wear quote unquote street clothes, or there's just a special?
Can Mike wear a toga?
You could wear a toga.
I could wear a toga.
We're telling you wear a sarong.
What is a sarong?
It's like a towel, but thin.
Oh, okay,
okay,
yeah.
We tie them up here, we tie them down here when it gets hot.
Like in like the video that you showed me, I saw people wearing that for filming. Okay.
They make manly ones. That have manly color.
I told you how I spent $150 at Yankee Candle.
I
will wear one ever.
It'll smell.
This is probably too manly for him.
I already said I'd wear leggings that said juicy on my ass.
I'm good.
I have no shame. I have no fear.
If I find leggings with juicy on the ass, does that mean you're going to come to camp?
Yes, that is exactly what that means. Yes, he will be there if you find leggings with juicy.
The other thing I tell people is if you're not quite sure, but you do want to experience it, come later. Right now it's 90. You want to be naked.
Yeah.
Come later so that it's colder. I think the day that I had my mom and daughter out, it was a night that we knew it was going to drop down to 60s. So we knew we were going to have clothes on by 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
We're nudists. We're not stupid. I don't want to be cold.
Yeah.
We like to be naked, but we don't want to be cold.
Yeah. No one wants to catch hypothermia.
Right.
Is it a seasonal thing then? Is it open during
season?
The winter?
Season ends right after Super Bowl. Okay. So we have Labor Day weekend, this huge tournament, and then season ends.
You know what tells me
it's for the public. Now I'm a member, so we went last year. We didn't really have snow this past winter.
Yeah.
So you're out in December. And
we never
January?
stopped going.
Wow.
Nice.
Nude snow angels. Fun.
Oh.
Is that weird?
There you go.
Well, the one that would be weird would be the one that would have the
because we flipped. We did this way and
I've done
somebody that didn't wipe well enough might make an interesting snow angel.
I mean,
Yeah.
You do. But like I said, so we're members. So we are never. We all own stock, so we all own. It's property to all of us.
Nice.
So COVID, when we closed for the public, but we are able to still be there. Now, we're not COVID now, and once off season comes
during the COVID time at the nudist colony, the nudist camp, sorry.
If you were going to common areas,
okay.
If you were at your house, or we
so
were
it's just like everywhere else.
We were at someone's lot privately, and we were all confident because we have been in contact through it all. Then no, but we didn't, nobody's trying to risk anybody's life.
You're right.
And funny enough, I swear when COVID first hit, they had said sunshine was really good for you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You know where there weren't big COVID outbreaks?
Nudist
at the camp.
I can believe it. You guys are definitely getting your vitamin, what is it, D?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the time. All day.
Vitamin D.
That's amazing. Super, super excited to have you in Ebony. Seriously, I learned more today than I've probably learned in the past 25 years. I really have, because, in life you learn a little bit about stuff that you know, and then you learn a little bit more, and then you learn, a lot of people were in the blue about this, and that was part of the reason we wanted to have you on.
That's what I liked about her beginning story. She said it was my ignorance in the beginning, and that's it. That's what it is with most people. You don't know about it. You know nothing about it.
Right, and if you don't know somebody to ask, unless you're going to, get online and try to read up on something, you're not going to get all the information you want.
Yeah.
And everybody's experience is different.
A question I've been wanting to ask.
Ask me.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's just one of those things that you always see in movies and TV shows.
Okay.
Like the cops have to show up, or anyone from the outside has to show up. They always make it the episode around that they have to be naked to come onto the property.
Like the cop would
cop would have to go.
We pay, we have people that come in. That tournament is so big, we have medic rescue and all of those folks. Okay. No,
so it's like a big thing.
Listen, this is one of the best ones that's happened to me. Probably 5 years ago, this big tournament, we're at this big tournament, and they've got to bring these people in from outside, and I'm freshly new to being with them. I don't know what happened. I ended up cutting my finger, and I had to come off the court and go to the medic rescue to get a Band-Aid. And I'm doing this as I walk up, and I don't have my head up at all. And I go, hey, can you just give me a Band-Aid real quick so I can get back on the court? And I pick my head up, and it's a dude I graduated from high school. And I go, hey, Kevin. I don't know what to say after they're like,
yeah, right.
I'm like, I'm standing.
Have you ever wondered?
But that was like probably one of my most weirdest. I'm standing here naked, and I went to school with this dude, and I'm standing here butt naked. And I don't know why,
When you were third grade, stealing your eraser,
weird.
Who would have thought?
So weird. He didn't hit me in my DM or nothing. So obviously, what I had to show was not what he was into. No, but like that's probably the weirdest. Like I love to be nude at home, but I don't subject any of my textile friends to that. Right. I have friends that are full on nudists that it doesn't matter who comes to their house, they're not putting clothes on. And I respect that too.
Yeah,
it's your house, so yeah.
Absolutely.
But my thing is for me at home, if you're not nudist and you come to my house and I'm sitting around naked, are you comfortable?
Right.
I would be, because that's just
but
are you?
It would be weird.
And as far
because
as
it's like something we're not used to.
Wives, all of that. Like, I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. I don't want to put anybody in a bad position. Oh, you went to Ebony's house, she was naked? Well, first off, Ebony's always naked. But because you're not nudist, your mind doesn't think like mine does.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, right.
It's just that mindset.
Mike, it's kind of funny to me because, the mindset and
I love it though. It's so freeing because you don't have
the maturity and, just the mindset that these folks have. Because like I had stated earlier at the beginning of the show, guys in showers are not a good thing to have to be nude. We get in and out of that cold water at the swimming pool or the shower. So these people have to be on a whole other level because
it's your own self-conscious beating you up.
I tell you what, like having this conversation like with her in my 20s would be totally different now than me in my 40s. It would be constantly, like you were saying, not being respectful. Like I can see myself in the 20s asking
but I don't think
the most inappropriate questions I can think of, just because it's this happening there, that's happening there. But now, as you get older, it's like
I've made friendships in the last 10 years in the shower. First off, I have these like exfoliating shower gloves. So people are always,
you are my favorite person. Exfoliating, moisturizing.
So listen, I'm in the shower and
I did.
You'll be showering and people are, we're coming off the volleyball court, especially if we just got done playing 8 hours of sandball. You've got sand in places you don't even realize you have sand. And I'll be in the shower and someone will go, "What are those?" And I'll go, "Oh, turn around." Perfect strangers. Put some soap on my hands, do this. They'll go, "Oh, but we just became best friends."
Right.
Literally still have people go, "Do you remember I met you 5 years ago in the shower? You washed my back?" I'm like, I washed a million people's back that summer. I don't know, but I'm glad we have a good memory. Right. Thanks.
Yeah.
But those are the kind of, I wouldn't expect to love to shower and to be in the shower with strangers. Yeah. And literally, it's one of the nicest and easiest ways
look how
to start a conversation with someone. Yeah. It should be awkward, and it is the most non-awkward thing
and look
ever.
How far you came since when you first got in there and you were nervous and you didn't want to do the nude, and now that's the best way to make friends.
Now I live and breathe it.
Yeah.
I am literally like, I know my life has a nudist camp in my retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to.
I would have to agree.
I have some friends that are all year round nudists. Like they have a spot here, and then when season ends here, they pack up. They have a spot at another resort in Florida.
Yeah.
So it makes it very easy. We jump on planes all the time to go play ball because some of our friends live in very nice spots that don't get smacked.
Jump on planes to go play volleyball or go to jump out of the plane.
Second largest tournament is at a resort in Florida called Lake Como, and we play there in March.
But the biggest one is out.
That's us.
Out here at, what's it called? White
Thorn Lodge.
White Thorn.
And that's amazing.
Look, we live so close.
Yeah, who'd have thought?
People come from all
I've heard
around.
they're around, but then to know that it holds the biggest volleyball tournament.
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm all about good PR for my camp.
Absolutely.
I need y'all to be a live podcast at Superbowl next year. That's what
we will be a live podcast.
That's what I would love.
Oh, please.
Is for y'all to be live.
I mean, we would love that too.
Coming to and get to experience what these real tournaments are like.
Yes, and I will wear my juicy leggings.
Oh my gosh,
just for you.
He will.
He'll have them
You'll fit right in.
Yeah.
Juicy leggings.
Especially when he gets out of the
Juicy
pool,
leggings.
he'll really fit in. Okay, so the White Lodge.
White Thorn Lodge.
White Thorn Lodge. I'm sorry about that. White Thorn Lodge is the name. We want to get that name out there for Ebony today. White Thorn Lodge, Mike.
I'm digging it.
I am too. The thing is, I've obtained so much information in this interview. I have nothing left.
I do feel kind of like we should go out there and check it out.
I feel like you should come check it out.
These two will be on it, and they'll let me know how it goes.
Why?
Oh, we got this, Allie. We got this.
And they'll report back to me, and we'll go from there.
I'm telling you. I think all three of you should come.
See?
White Thorn Lodge, guys. White Thorn Lodge. Get out, check it out. This is the one. Is it in Pennsylvania still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there, because we looked up real quick and I seen just in the area there's one in Pennsylvania. Then across the border, it looked like there was a couple more in Ohio there, a little ways over.
There are way more nude resorts in the U.S. than you could imagine.
Because when I was talking to my parents about upcoming episode, I was like, "Oh yeah, we're interviewing a nudist," and then my mom's like, "Oh, is it the one out in Columbiana?" I was like, "No, it's the one out in Darlington." Yeah, so yeah, she knew. She was rattling off like 3 or 4 of them. I'm like, "Are you hiding something from us?"
Why do you know what?
Exactly.
You introduced me to this.
She's gonna kill me when she hears this.
Listen,
Yeah.
I would love for y'all to come check it out.
Ebony, we thank you so much. We are going to check it out. The White Thorn Lodge in Darlington, Pennsylvania. White Thorn Lodge. Super to have you by. We learned so much. I think this is going to be a great segment.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. This was amazing.
And
I loved it.
Come back. Yeah, I mean, whether we see you first in that aspect or we make our way out there, we'll definitely be seeing you. So thank you so much for stopping by. You were great, and I learned a lot.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you for listening to this episode. If you thought this interview was highly entertaining, please listen to our next episode. It is highly entertaining as well. We have another interview, and well, let's just say it kind of went off the rails from the get-go and did not get any better. You are not going to want to miss it.